Pretty good defensively. I think we have been solid there all season. Offensively, still got to tighten it up a little bit. Obviously, the one with Jalen wanted to pull that out and milk the clock, use time. The only thing on our side, on their side, or on our side that hurts us is a quick shot that we miss, and obviously they hit the three to keep it to get it in one possession game. But just got to pull that out. You break the press and use the clock. Get the matchup that you like, the shots you like, not anything rushed there. So that's the only one we would like to get back. But overall, got the shots we liked, put certain guys in actions that we liked, and defensively we were solid there. Especially on the last few possessions with the inbounds, it felt like we switched appropriately, took away their shots, and forced them to the basket.
Fred had 18 points in that second quarter. Does it look like he's starting to get his legs back up under?
Yeah, he did. I mean, he had 21 in the first half, and he was going there. I think he got a little tired late. He was laying on the floor in there right now on back-to-back after being out all this time. And that's due to the offensive output that he had going, but also chasing around Kobe White. He did a great job on him. He's been averaging 33 over his last 5-6 games, and held him to 23 on 21 shots tonight. So kudos to Fred, making him work there, but yeah, wore him down a little bit. Legs overall were good, but he'll need to stay off that we're getting.
In terms of the play calling, like in the fourth quarter, do you lean more on guys like Fred, especially with the playoffs coming up, or do you have set plays that you want to go to, like in the last 5 minutes of the game?
I'll say both. We have matchups that we like throughout the game. I think there were some guys on their squad that we like to go at and put in some actions. You want to wear Kobe White down a little bit, put Vucevic in certain actions, and Alpy had to go in there in the second half. But do both. Dead ball situations, obviously ATOs, free throws, those things we can call something, but obviously rely on Fred and the veterans to see something they like and get us into it. But I can always overrule him and get the matchup or a shot or play that we like as well. So it's a little bit of both, and as our young guys grow, feel comfortable. You've seen Jalen and our men doing it a lot more as well.
Jabari had some really crisp, disciplined kind of defense there at the end. What did you like about the way he was playing?
It was great. I mean, they were playing so fast-paced that it was tough for us to get back and get set with our two bigs. And so we got Jabari back in there. And to your point, I think he switched well. Switched him onto the 5 at times to take away, the pick and roll actions, and had Alpy off ball a little bit. So he's a great job there. Used his length on Kobe White on that missed shot late. But his communication was good. Switches were good, on point, recognizing who he had to be up on and who he could kind of help off of a little bit there. So he did a great job, as well as the rest of the team. Like I said, 49-point second half when they had 65 at halftime, and 18 in the third was a much better, much improved job in the second half.
We actually this earlier in the season, and you talked about you could see it coming between the 1-2 punch between Alpy and Jalen, and as the season has gone on and what they were able to even do on tonight. Matter of fact, I think Alpy has 3 double-doubles in the last 4 games, and Jalen has been able to score consistently. Is this what you've seen as they progressed over time?
Yeah, it's not a your turn, my turn thing. It's collaborative effort, obviously, not just between them, the rest of the team as well, but they are our leading scorers for a reason, have that skill set to take advantage of a lot of things. And although Alpy had a slow first half, what we didn't want it to do was affect every other area of his game, and we got him going in the second half. He's had some really good games against Chicago, and so he picked up more, right there in the second half, and we needed it. Obviously, Jalen was going, besides Fred having the big half, and the balance in general is what we like. And you got 13 and 12 from Jabari and Dylan, but obviously the high 20s, mid 20s from the other 3. A night like that, it makes it hard to beat. I mean, 117 is plenty of points for us if we are guarding as we're capable. They got 114 with some late shots, but anytime we score 117, we feel really good about that if we're defending up to our level.
You mentioned the veterans a moment ago. As a coach, from a coach's perspective, what is it like to have veterans on the team to continue to echo your sentiments throughout the season?
Yeah, it's needed. It's this time of year and these type of games, the experience out there is second to none. And so, like I said, the one, and Jalen knew he should have pulled that out. Others may read that situation, and, they're telling them, coaching them up on the floor to pull that out and milk the clock and get the right shot. But, yeah, it's imperative that they're out there being coaches when you can't stop the play or get the call that you want to put you in actions, get us set defensively, and just calm everybody down. And so they've all been in those situations, had a bunch that played for championships, and so a late season game like this isn't going to shock them at all.
You all brought Dylan in to have that veteran leadership and for his defense, but hit the way that he's been playing offense this entire year, how much of a boost is that for you all?
Yeah, it was big, especially from the start when guys were shooting below their average level, and I would say Fred and Jalen and certain guys would get up to speed eventually, but it was good to have him be that consistent presence especially from three throughout the season until everybody else kind of got their footing. And so with the slow start, we understood where we could be if we get our offense going. We've kind of done that, obviously over the last 2/3 of the season. After the slow start offensively, and he's been consistent as far as that. So it's not only the toughness edge and experience that he brings, but the consistent scoring ability, taking advantage of, like I said, a lot of lesser defenders on him at times, and he's been doing a great job with that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.